Can you talk for a second?
Well, it shows us live, but
Okay.
I don't see us on camera yet. Okay. Oh, there we are.
Okay.
Perfecto. Hello, everybody.
Yeah, I think the audio's there, yeah.
Perfect.
Excellent.
All right. Well, guys. Sorry, this is just our second time doing this, so the little rookies are getting started here. So we've got Shirley Wayte is our special guest today, and I'm so excited because Shirley has been doing the Phix journey, and I'm sure she's got a lot that she would like to share with us, and a lot that you guys want to hear. So Shirley, can you just tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what inspired you to the Phix journey?
Well, you know what? I'm 60 years old, and I just found that there was a lot of things for me that seemed to be falling apart. I have been in the wellness industry with other companies over the years, and there's been some absolutely fabulous products out there that I've used. Unfortunately, some of them went by the wayside. So when I heard about this one, I actually sat back for about 6 months and just watched.
Wow.
Before I said, okay, yeah, this one looks like it's one that just might be some help to me. So.
Perfect. And what were the biggest challenges that you had, prior to, taking the Phix?
There was a real problem with brain fog and that sort of thing. I found that in my career as a payroll professional, I was struggling. I've been doing payroll for almost 40 years, and I just was at a point where I thought I am really starting to be ineffective at my job, making silly mistakes, and just the mind was just not there, right?
Yeah.
So, and then also a lot of pain and discomfort in one of my hips that I had been working on, and that nothing was really helping with. So
yeah, I think we've all experienced something along those lines.
Oh gosh, it's terrible when that happens and you don't know what to do about it,
Yeah. How long have you been on the Phix?
I started, I think, about the 3rd week of February this year. And so it's been, just over 3 months?
Yeah, that's funny because I started probably, I believe it was the 26th of February. So
probably just right around the same time.
Yeah. And I noticed that, look at our necks, like the trimness.
I
don't know what your weight was prior to this.
You know what? For me, it wasn't about weight at all. I have lost a few pounds, maybe about 4 or 5, but it was not about weight at all for me.
And what was it more for you?
It was more for the other issues, the head, the hips, the bone and joint pain. I was, for a time, a group fitness instructor, and I used to lead cardio kickboxing classes 3 times a week. And I used to go to the gym, to do the weight training 3 times a week. And my body just all of a sudden rebelled against all of it. And it completely sidelined me from that aspect of my life.
Wow.
So it's been a struggle. It's been a real struggle.
So now you're feeling freer and available to do more things in your life. You feel more mobility, right?
I am. I'm looking forward to getting back to the gym soon.
Yeah. So the changes you're seeing are all positive, really.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And for me, it was my digestion. It was so bad. And for me, I want to say it cured me, because for me, it did. It did exactly that for me. Not saying it's curing anybody out there. Okay. Still see your doctor, continue taking your meds, all those things. Your doctor's the one who's going to make all those decisions. But seriously, for me, I don't have stomach discomfort all the time. And makes you crusty and makes you crabby when you're constantly in discomfort.
Yeah, I imagine it. And that's what I was experiencing with my hip, right? It got so bad that when I stood up from a chair, I could not put any weight on my leg at all. I had to just sort of let it dangle until it was a tendon problem and a gluteus medius problem.
Yeah.
And I just really had to let the leg dangle until I could put a little bit of weight on it. And then I was limping around all the time. And people that I work with were commenting, that my limp looked like it was getting worse, right?
And you know what? When you first start the Phix, I've noticed that it feels like it's getting worse, but I feel like it's breaking down everything. You know, the inflammation and all of the what do you call it, scar tissue and all of that. That's just really solid and rock hard. And you know, because I have someone special in my family. I don't want to name them because they don't want to be named, but they have this in their knee, and it's breaking it all up, and they can feel it at night. And I told them, you know, it will subside. You just got to give it that time that it needs to do what it's doing, right?
Yeah. So it was about 6 weeks in. Honestly, with my head, I felt like my head cleared up really, really quickly. But for as far as the hip went, it took at least a good 6 weeks before I started to feel any real relief in it. But it has been incrementally improving ever since. And sometimes I feel like it's going back to being more painful, but then it takes another step forward.
Yeah.
And now the same thing with my lower back, because once my hip wasn't bothering me anymore, I realized how sore my lower back has been. And I think it stands to reason, because I'm probably, you know, with so much pain in my hip, I was probably really throwing everything out, right?
Yes. Throwing everything out of alignment. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
So that now is starting to improve as well. And the same thing, at some days it feels like it's worse, and then all of a sudden it takes a step forward.
So is that the transformation, you know, you're most proud of? Because it sure seems like it.
Oh, absolutely. Oh my God. You know, you just are really crusty when you're in pain all the time. And I was, right? I'm a pretty upbeat sort of a person.
Yeah.
But it's hard to maintain that sort of an upbeat type of lifestyle when you are really in pain. And I was.
Yeah. Yeah. So was I. The inflammation I had, and I didn't even realize that I had so much inflammation. For me, it was around my ankles, my feet. I put my old sandals on now, and they're too big because the inflammation in my feet just went away.
Well, and something we often don't realize too is that when we lose weight, we lose it all over our body. It's not just in the tummy or the boobs.
Yep, because
it can be in the feet as well. You take the weight off the feet, and all of a sudden your shoes are loose, right?
Yeah, I lost more weight in my feet than my tummy is what I'm feeling. My tummy seems to be the last thing that's going. I lost like 5 inches in the first while, and then that stopped, but then everything else started to disappear. Yep. I'm like, wait, get back to the belly.
It'll take a little bit, but it'll go. I have no doubt.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm taking the Phix or the Fit Juice. Have you started the Fit Juice?
No, I do not have that yet. I have to wait until it comes out mid-June. So I can't wait to get my hands on it. Because my measurements, when I measure, I actually have a really healthy visceral fat level. Okay. I'm in the mid to low range for visceral fat, but my subcutaneous fat is 23%, which is high.
Isn't that interesting?
So I'm absolutely looking forward to adding that new product to my arsenal when it comes out for ISRs in the middle of June.
Yes, and that's in there's just a little couple weeks now, so everybody's really excited. You need to be signed up as an ISR to get the opportunity to get your hands on that Fit. And the Phix and the Fit together, OMG. Like, this is why I feel like I'm looking so much better. I feel like I'm looking younger. I feel like I'm just trimming and like I'm gonna be 50 next year, and I don't feel like I'm gonna be 50 anytime soon, you know. And I just feel like those two together in the Fulvic too. It's just changing lives, changing the world is what I'm feeling like. I feel like we're just at the tip of the iceberg, and
the coffee. I don't know if you're drinking the coffee, but I've been drinking the coffee as well, and I really enjoy it.
I'm not a coffee drinker, and I was thinking of doing the coffee caps.
Oh yeah.
Because for people who don't like coffee, they have coffee caps, but I haven't tried them yet. I'm on 5 different products right now, so I feel like I need to know what's going on and what's doing what, right? So
yeah, and I think we all have to sort of pick and choose which ones that are going to sort of best fit what we need for ourselves, right?
Explain the coffee to everybody.
So the coffee, it's what you'd call a functional coffee, and it's got a lot of really great things in it, like lion's mane, which I believe is a mushroom, and L-theanine. L-theanine helps to calm your mind. right? And I that was also sort of part of what was going on up here for me. The brain fog, I guess you'd call it anxiety. I never felt like I was anxious, but really, I suspect I was.
Yeah.
But L-theanine is something I've been taking as a supplement anyways. So when I saw that it was in the coffee, then I just sort of backed off on how much I was taking in my other supplement.
Gotcha.
So that I just have that going as well. But like I've got the flyer here for it just because I can't remember everything that's in it. But it's a dark Italian roast, non-GMO coffee, all sorts of things. Chromate, super, Citramax, guarana, saffron, citrus aurantium, just a list of things in there that are all beneficial to you. So I just mix it in. It comes in little stick packs or it comes in bags, right? And I just mix in a little stick pack with my regular coffee. Some people will drink it separate from their coffees, but just, it's because I'm not really a huge coffee drinker either. Like I have 1 cup a day. I don't even know why. I just do.
Just to wake you up.
Okay, well, this one's good for me, so I'll just add it into the cup.
Do you find that it gave you more clarity and focus?
It's hard to tell, I think, for me, because I believe that the first product, the Phix, was the one that really, did that for me already before I even started the coffee, right? So, but like I say, with all the other things that are in it, I feel like it's just another benefit to I call it putting another tool into my toolbox, right? For my own wellness. So.
And if everybody doesn't know what the FIT is a matured hops extract. And what it does, it burns the visceral fat Shirley was talking about. And that visceral fat's what's around your organs, your lungs, your heart, your liver, your kidneys, where it compresses it all together, and this kind of chisels all that fat away and helps these organs work the way they should work, right? And, even people who are not overweight have visceral fat. And that's why we all have these health problems that we don't realize they're caused by. And the visceral fat, I feel like, is the culprit. And, it's all natural. It's an extract from a plant. It's stimulant-free, tasteless, colorless. You can put it in any drink. And it's really changed a lot in my life. And that with the FIT, guys, I've lost, I know we're not allowed to say how much weight we've lost, but I lost 20 pounds, right? So, you guys can see, if you look 3 months ago and look at me now, you can see it. And honestly, I don't feel like it's pounds. I feel like a lot of it is inflammation. I feel like I was carrying a lot of water, and that's heavy, and then once, you're getting all that out of your body, because I do the NZ-fulvic as well. I don't know if you do, but this is a body detox, and it absorbs nutrients, and it helps keep a healthy immune system, and it's all natural as well, and you can put it in any drink. But if you do get the NZ-fulvic, you must take it 2 hours in between, because you're actually flushing and detoxing your body, so you don't want to flush the Phix out, right? So you got to give that space.
That's right. Or any prescription meds you might be on. You want to just take that.
Thank you, Shirley.
Yeah,
exactly, because you do not want to stop taking your meds or flush them out. Okay, very important.
The Phix doesn't do that, but if you were going to do the fulvic, then you want to keep it.
Yes, the fulvic is the flusher. Yes, so very important. And for me, I take the Phix and the FIT together at the same time, because I believe that it's perfectly fine to do so. Seems to be doing the trick. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So,
and what's your experience been with the FIT?
Oh my goodness. Oh, it does. And I went to visit my mother on the weekend, my parents, and my mom had one, and then she's like, "Can I have another one? Can I have another one?" So I made her 3 of them while she was there, and I made one for my dad. And my mom says it's the most refreshing drink she's ever tasted. So there's a bit of green tea in it. So you have to like green tea. I'm not a big fan of green tea. So for me, it's I can taste the green tea, but it's not something I won't drink. I tell you that right now. I have my bottle right here. So I'm halfway done.
Yeah. And I've heard we need to be careful with it because it might stain things.
That's an understatement. My nails look dirty all the time when I do my videos, because when I drink that in the morning, it goes under my nails and stains, because it's like a dust powder. And when it comes out of the package, it's like if it catches wind, watch out, don't open it in front of a fan. Okay, you'd be in big
Well,
trouble if you do that. So make sure
wow,
there's
that's
no
really fine.
wind blowing when you open that. And yeah, because it's very powdery. So you have to be very careful with it. Yes, I agree. Very careful when you're scooping that stuff out. And plus, it's very precious, right? You don't want to lose any of it. So
That's right. That's right.
and don't put it in a glass and mix it, because then you'll end up with a purple mustache.
Well, I was thinking if there's a staining problem, we might want to put it into a cup with a straw, right? You know,
Yes,
you can drink the
that's
stuff
why I
with-
drink it from the water bottle, because it
Mm.
doesn't go around my lips, so it just goes
or
right
on
in.
your teeth, you know.
Yes, it will stain those too. So watch what you're smiling to right after.
Just gotta be careful. I mean, you know, and then I don't think that I worry about the staining. Like, really, you know,
Yeah.
coffee
Oh, yeah.
will stain your teeth, red wine will stain your teeth,
Exactly.
right?
That's why we have stain
You know, if
remover.
you don't want to add to that, then drink it through a straw.
Yeah, totally. Just be careful with it. It'll teach you to be more delicate. 'Cause
Yes.
I need
indeed.
that lesson. I'm far from delicate. Well, I see a few people saying they would like to subscribe. There is my link in the description box down below. And I'm going to be giving Shirley a copy of this video. And she's going to be posting it on her channel with her link. So you guys, we can, share the excitement with everybody.
Yes, absolutely. I would love to have some people come along with me on this wild ride.
Mm-hmm. Most have so much inflammation. You know, it's so true. You don't see the inflammation. You don't even think about it. You just tolerate it, right?
You do.
Isn't it
You
true?
get to. It's so sneaky. It sneaks up on you,
Yeah,
right?
and you adapt to it as it gets worse. You're
Yeah,
like, okay,
and
well,
you
now
just-
I'm limping. The people are like,
And
what's
then
wrong
all of a
with you?
sudden, all of a sudden, I can't get out of my chair without, and just walk away. Now I can. Now I just stand up and go. I'm
Mhm.
so thrilled.
Yeah, well, we had Sherry on our team, and she was afraid of the floor. She said if she got on the floor, she wasn't getting back up, and now she gets right back up. And I
Yeah,
believe she said her hand was stuck for the longest time due to arthritis. And she couldn't even
Yeah.
hold her grandkids. And 2 weeks in, her hand started to open up and be free. You know,
Yeah.
if you guys join our team, you get to be on our team. And so many of us have these experiences that we can share. And as well, family that has joined us who have gone through major transformations, you know. And when you join us, you can feel the energy and feel the excitement, because people are feeling healthy and they're feeling
Yeah.
great. And they're feeling their best that they've ever felt in their life. And for me, it's my gut, man. I've never thought I would ever experience anything that would make me feel as free as I feel now in my life, you know?
Yeah.
So free.
that's awesome. Hey, awesome.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah,
because I'm talking to you now.
there's been some wonderful stories
Yeah.
from people
No
about
upset
what
stuff.
they've
Yeah.
experienced.
It's so
And
true.
it's because, who knew when we started taking this, it was activating our vagus nerve. I'd never even heard of a vagus nerve until.
Me
right?
neither.
What's that?
Wait, Las Vegas? No, VAGUS, guys.
That's right. Yeah. And you can Google what the vagus nerve is involved in and just go, wow. And when you've got your vagus nerve activated, there's, what is it? 1,100 processes it's involved in your body. So
It's connected to all your
where's
organs.
it gonna go? What's
Your-
it gonna do? And
Yeah.
so if you think you're thinking, oh, I want this result, you might not get that right away because it's working on something else, right?
Mhm.
So
Yep.
you got to trust the process.
Yep. And so many people are having such positive results in increments, right? Like the first
Yeah.
month, their digestion got better. The next month, it's like, their mobility got better. It's like,
And then I used to have clusters of skin tags on my neck.
I heard
right?
those are going away.
They're going away. They're almost completely gone. Now that I'm not talking about actual moles, but just those skin colored little
Yes.
skin, right?
We know what
And
skin
I
tags are.
learned
if you don't-
recently that can be a sign of inflammation as well. So
Ah.
awesome.
Makes sense. My skin as well is just so soft
Mhm.
and just feels so different. Even my
Yeah.
face, like I'm just feeling like the wrinkles are like kind of going away instead of,
Oh, I wish it would
increasing.
get up to my face sooner, but it started at my feet, honestly, because my
Really, eh?
feet are the smoothest and nicest looking they've been in probably 20 years.
Yeah, eh?
Without any trips to get a pedicure done or anything. I It's awesome. It's amazing.
Yeah, I heard that too. And acne, teenagers,
Oh,
back acne. Oh my goodness. You know anybody with back acne? I saw the
really?
before and
Hey?
after picture. I won't mention who it was because they'll kill me. They don't want anybody to know they had back acne. Well, now they don't have back acne anymore. So there you
Yes,
go. So it
yeah, there's
helps.
so many different ways it's showing up for people.
Memory.
Yes,
I'm not making any testimonials I haven't really heard of, which I'm sure you maybe have heard this one or not, but two men were on and they were stating that their wives had dementia, and the Phix brought their wives back, and they were just in tears, crying and thanking, the Phix, the matured hops extract, for bringing their wives back. So
yeah. Well, and memory for me as well. Like, you know how we often walk into a room and we don't know why we're there, right? Honestly, like
I've lasted those moments too.
Not that it never happens, we're all human, right? But it is so vastly improved. My overall cognition, my understanding, my words have come back. How you get stuck looking for a word so many times, right? And they just appeared.
And I feel like I'm not as scared to learn new things. I'm excited. I want to absorb more, and I've never been that excited, to just be motivated in my life and just do all the things that I've always been scared to do.
Yeah.
I feel like it gives you more confidence because, you're dropping inflammation, you're dropping weight, you're getting more mobility, you're getting better focus. You're just able to do so many more things.
Well, when you're feeling good within yourself, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I've never experienced anything like this in my life. Like, I've been telling them in the meetings, when I go to the big meetings, I want to, like, my blowhorn, I want to get like a van, like an ice cream truck, and just announce the Phix to everybody. I walk around, I'm like, you need the Phix, you need the Phix. Like, I'll see somebody limping, you need the Phix. I'm just like going around, like, when you buy a car and everybody's got the same car. That's kind of what I'm feeling. Like, I'm like, pointing everybody who I feel like I could help. And I'm a very vocal person. If I go to a store or whatever, I will walk up to my husband's like, I'm going over there. I'm like, you go over there. I'm going to go talk to this person for a while. And if I get them to join, then I get them to join. But if I don't, I don't. But it's still a connection I want to make.
Yeah, for sure.
And I feel like if we all connect with everybody, we can help everybody with their health and feel better. And
absolutely. Yeah.
It's worth every penny.
That's what it's about, right? I mean, let's get better together.
Yeah. I totally agree. And, I wanted to say I want to put the Phix in the water so we can calm the world's vagus nerve. Can you imagine? It would be such a peaceful place to be.
I believe I know someone down south that could use that.
Yeah. And I kind of want to pour it in, like, the water wells here. Might be a little pricey, but man, it could save the world, no more fighting, no more war. It'd be fantastic. Yeah. I've been dreaming of that since I was a child, but
Oh, is that right? Yeah.
Maybe one day, well, I used to live in a small town in Northern Ontario, I didn't know what was going on in the world. And as I, moved to a bigger city after bigger city, I was like, oh, I had no idea what a stereotype was when I was in high school. I thought it was a type of stereo, I had no idea what it was. And plus I'm French, right? I'm a Francophone French from Northern Ontario. So, it took me a little while to realize, and I'm like, what is wrong with this world? Why is it like this? Why are we fighting with each other? We're all human beings. We all breathe the same. We all function the same. We're all human, no matter what color, race, religion, whatever you are. Why are we labeling each other? I don't know. That's why I want this for the world and the water, so we can chill. Yeah. And, love one another instead of, hate on one another. So
that's right. Absolutely agree.
Well, I'm glad the motivation's amazing, Sherry. Oh, and Sherry, we were just talking about you, were your ears burning?
Oh, Sherry.
Yeah, I see Sherry. Sherry's there in the chat. Hey, Sherry. Well, I was asking everybody who wanted to join me, and I'm hoping that I get more people to join, like Shirley, put yourself out there, share your story, allow people to experience what you're experiencing. I mean, look how happy she's looking. And how old are you again, Sherry?
Me, I'm 60.
Shirley.
Shirley.
Sorry, I'm sharing my brain here. So
I am 60.
So yeah, you're looking great for 60. I mean,
Thank you. And honestly, it's been really important to me because there's a very strong background of heart problems in my family. I lost my father to heart and stroke, and both of my sisters are already gone. So one when she was 50 and the other at 61. So
wow.
I really do have a strong reason for trying to keep myself well.
I understand that.
I'm not finished.
Yeah, well, heart disease is the number one killer in women, and I believe we really need to take care of ourselves. And, if you're on blood pressure meds, keep taking those meds. And maybe in 6 months from now, the doctor will say, what have you been doing? You don't need that anymore. And that's what I'm counting on, banking on. And, I'm going to be sharing my story as long as I'm on this. So, I'll be in my 90s and I'll still be doing videos.
And of course, you have to do all the things, right? I mean, it's not a miracle here. I mean,
exactly.
You need to be trying to take care of yourself anyways.
Exactly.
Well, and, getting out for some exercise daily and that sort of thing. But help yourself along.
Yeah. It's really curbed my appetite. Like I used to be a candy eater, like really bad. I used to go to the Dollarama and come back with bags of candy and chips. And yeah, I don't even think about it when I go in there. My husband, I came home the one day with a whole bunch of stuff from the Dollarama and he looks in the bag because he wanted a treat. He's like, there's nothing good in there. I'm like, I didn't even think of grabbing anything. I'm like, I love how I'm feeling this way. It curbs your appetite. So
yeah,
I'm not.
For some it does. Yeah. I don't find that that's the case for me, but there's, sometimes I feel like I'm hungrier. And so I go, okay, well, maybe I wasn't feeding myself enough.
That could be it too.
Even though I do eat 3 times a day at least, right? I mean, I eat regularly. My body insists.
You listen to it. Yeah, you listen to your body.
Maybe it wasn't quite enough or not quite enough of the right things.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Sometimes your body is craving the right things. Like for me, it's vegetables. Like, I don't know, I'm obsessed with salad right now for some reason. I can't get enough salad and vegetables. It's kind of strange, and that's never been my go-to, instead of candy, have a salad. So,
but it's been my experience that the more of that stuff you put into you, that's more likely what you will crave.
Yeah.
Over the years that I've been in wellness, it's, the more of the good stuff you put in, the more that's what you will default to as a craving.
Yeah, well, it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're sitting on the couch, with your bag of chips and your bottle of pop, probably not going to work as well as it's working for somebody who's going, for a walk every day or, not eating the candy anymore or, because everybody's like, oh, it's not doing this, it's not doing that. Well, I'm like, well, what's your lifestyle? What do you do in a day? Right? Everybody does different things in a day. I know everybody lives their life differently. And I'm not saying to change your lifestyle. You don't have to change your diet. I mean, this has been proven to work with just taking one snap a day, not changing your lifestyle. But if you want it to work better and faster and more effectively and efficiently, well, obviously, if you work out or if you go for walks or if you watch what you eat or, and for me, it made me more conscientious of what I was putting in my mouth because I'm like, I want that figure back I had, when I was 14.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't had a hot body since
I was 14. So.
You were what?
I was built like a stick when I was 14, so I'm not looking to get that much off.
Yeah, no, I've been voluptuous since I was 14, so it's been just, that's what I call it instead. I don't like the word obese. It's not a word I like. Yeah, so.
That's a nice way to put it.
Yeah, voluptuous is better.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, it looks like, everybody's dealing with different things in life too. Heart disease, though, I feel like is really what is affecting most of us. You know why? Because stress in your life literally eats at your heart. And I know this because I did a lot of research and I worked for an insurance company for over 21 years. I know people hate insurance companies, but I was a good person. I would approve everybody. But I tell you, sure learned a lot. And stress can,
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
end you. And
stress is a factor for sure.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And calming that vagus nerve, if you got a crusty partner, just saying, really calms them down. It does. It does. We were all on the one day, we were all talking about our partners. Don't tell them. Hopefully they're not watching. But we were like, they're so much less crusty. They're so much more chill and laid back. And, things aren't getting to them as much.
Yeah, just start slipping it into their coffee.
I know, wait, that's illegal, so don't do that. I didn't suggest that. But, it's an idea. I mean, I talked my husband into it because he didn't even know he was signed up. And I was upstairs and I signed him up as an ISR, and he was downstairs working. He's like, well, I guess I'm an ISR. When he came upstairs, I was like, yeah, dude, I'm putting you on it. So, yeah, he's been on it for, I believe, 2 weeks less, or about a week and a half less than I have. And
Okay.
he's doing so much better. Like, just his
I
mood.
haven't yet put my husband on it. I probably will, but I actually got him started on Emulin 5.
Oh, and how's that going?
Because he comes back right now as pre-diabetic, and so if there's a carb manager that I can give him that will help maybe to lower that, then that's, I feel like, is a good starting place for him. So it's only been a little over a week, I think, that I've had him on it.
Answered my question. Perfect. Well, and how is his blood sugar? Has it already improved, or is it changing? What's going on?
Well, and that's the problem. I don't have a way of measuring it, right? I know what it was, but I don't know, unless he goes for blood work. I guess I probably won't know what it is. But I told him to weigh himself when he started it, because I want to see if it starts bringing down his weight as well, right?
Yeah.
Because that would be, a contributing factor to everything. So, well, we'll see how it goes, right?
Yeah.
I know that there are a lot of people out there raving about it. So
yeah, I gave it a try, and honestly, I was on 5 different things. So for me, or 4 different things. Yeah, I guess it was on the Fit, the Fulvic, the Emulin, and the Phix, right? So I'm like, okay, I need to know what's doing what. So I've stopped taking the Emulin, and honestly, I believe that the Emulin was helping my plantar fasciitis because I wasn't having pain in my feet, and now it's coming back. So when you take one of those things out, you're kind of getting an idea of what's doing what. And when you're taking too many of them, you're just like, I don't have any idea what's doing what, right?
That's right. So for me right now, all I'm doing is Phix and the coffee.
Okay. And the Fulvic too?
I have done that, but I wanted to, sort of like you, I thought I don't know what's doing what, so I'm just going to back off of that one for now, and we'll go forward from there. Yeah.
And that's how I feel like you find the best combination for yourself, because everybody's different. And I wouldn't suggest taking every single product. I mean, sure, every single product could maybe work really well for you as a combination. But for me, the Fit and the Phix and the Fulvic for me right now are like my happy go-to 3 products that I absolutely love. And I don't think I'll ever stop taking.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are my.
I can't wait to get my hands on that Fit.
Yeah, I got lucky enough. Because I have this beautiful channel of beautiful people who are all signing up, and I got my opportunity to get a few bags, which that's why I shared with my mother, because I'm like, I can't say no to my mother. I mean, who can say no to your mother?
Of course.
Right? That's why I'm saying that. Say my kids, never say no to your mother.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
Well, this is fabulous. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was great.
Is there anything else?
Had me on. I thank you for that.
No, you're welcome. Do you have anything else you want to share before we end?
I don't think so. I think we covered anything I really wanted to get out there. Again, if anybody wants to look me up and talk privately, that's fine too. I'm happy to do that.
Find her on Facebook. Her name's spelled exactly the way it is in the title there, so you can find Shirley, no problems. And I'll download this video for you, and I will be sending it to you so that you have access to it. Put it on your Facebook and share with all your friends, family, and everyone who get their interest, so that way they can see, from us, where this can
Exactly.
take
It
you.
can make the difference, to actually hear people talking about what their experience has been with it. So
Exactly, and I wish we would do more of these, and that's why I want more of my team here, and to see this and be inspired by this, and want to be, the next person who shares their journey, so we can spread the word to the world and get everybody healthy and calm those vagus nerves.
absolutely.
Oh, wonderful! Well, thank you so much, Shirley,
Thank
and
you very much, Jamie.
thanks everybody for joining us, and
Bye.
we'll see you guys again soon. So take care and have a great